The sky above Earth shimmered with the last light of the setting sun. People looked up, thinking it was a normal evening, but far beyond the atmosphere, massive ships of the Galactic Empire moved silently through space. They were huge, black warships with glowing red lights along their edges. No human had ever seen anything like them, and their presence was a threat beyond imagination. In the command center of Sol Space Defense, Admiral Hyun-woo stared at the large screen that displayed the approaching fleet. The sensors had just confirmed what no one had hoped to hear. Hundreds of warships were heading toward Earth. Each one was armed with weapons capable of destroying entire cities with a single shot. Hyun-woo clenched his fists. He was a calm man, but this news shook everyone in the room. Commander Mina stood beside him, her eyes wide but determined. She had trained for emergencies, but nothing could have prepared her for a fleet this large. Scientist Jae-in was frantically checking the calculations on the screens. "We don't have enough firepower to fight them head-on," he said quietly, almost to himself. "We need a plan." The Galactic Empire was not known for mercy. Their previous attacks on other planets had left nothing but destruction. Now Earth was their next target. In orbit, human satellites picked up the enormous shapes of the approaching ships. People on the ground noticed strange signals and sudden electrical disturbances. Flights were cancelled, and cities went into emergency mode. But most people did not know that the end of their world might be near. In a secret underground shipyard, humans were preparing what they could. The warships were old, mostly decommissioned, but engineers like Suk-ho and Yoon-ji were working tirelessly to upgrade them. They added experimental shields, energy cannons, and stealth technology. It was not much against the Empire, but it was all they had. The humans had learned that their advantage lay not in strength, but in cleverness and surprise. They needed to strike before the aliens could land. Hyun-woo called a meeting with the top leaders. They gathered around a holographic table that showed the positions of the enemy fleet. "We can't fight them directly," Hyun-woo said, "but we can fight smart. We will divide our forces. Some ships will attack their edges, draw them in, and confuse them. The others will hit their main command ship when they are distracted." Mina raised her hand. "It is risky. If we fail, Earth will be destroyed." Hyun-woo nodded. "Yes, but we have no choice. The Empire expects us to surrender. We will surprise them. That is our only chance." Meanwhile, the alien commander, Varric, observed Earth from his bridge. He was tall, armored, and proud. He believed no humans could ever pose a threat. "Prepare the main attack," he said. "Strike quickly and crush them. They will kneel before the Galactic Empire." His officers nodded, unaware that humans were already planning a resistance. On Earth, people began evacuating cities closest to the coastlines. Governments issued warnings and tried to organize people, but panic spread quickly. Most people were unaware of the true scale of the threat, but those in the defense forces worked day and night, preparing for the worst. Hyun-woo and Mina coordinated with ship engineers. "We have only 20 operational warships," Mina said. "It is not enough to fight hundreds of enemy ships." Jae-in stepped forward with a plan. "We can use the asteroid belt. If we lure their fleet into a dense field of asteroids, our smaller ships can move faster and strike while they are slowed down. Their size works against them in tight spaces." Hyun-woo considered the plan. "It is dangerous, but it may be our only chance. Prepare the fleet. We leave tonight." Suk-ho and Yoon-ji worked tirelessly, modifying the warships for stealth travel. They added cloaking shields and upgraded energy cannons. The human fleet, though small, was filled with courage. They knew that the coming fight might cost their lives, but they also knew that surrender was not an option. Earth's future depended on them. Night fell, and the fleet moved quietly into position. Hyun-woo stood on the bridge of the lead ship, looking at the stars. Each speck of light reminded him of how vast space was and how small humans seemed in comparison. Mina stood beside him, holding the navigation map. "We have to be careful. One mistake and it is over," she said. Jae-in monitored the enemy signals. "They are moving faster than expected. They may reach the asteroid belt in a few hours." Hyun-woo took a deep breath. "Then we strike first." Use every advantage we have. As the human fleet approached the outer edge of the asteroid belt, they activated their stealth shields. The massive alien warships moved confidently, unaware of the trap. Humans hid behind large rocks, moving silently, ready to attack. The tension was unbearable. Each human on the fleet knew the stakes. One wrong move and Earth could be lost forever. Varric's fleet entered the asteroid field. His massive warships moved slowly, dodging asteroids, but their numbers were still impressive. "Destroy anything that moves," Varric ordered. "We cannot allow these humans to resist." Hyunwoo gave the signal. The human ships emerged from hiding, attacking the edges of the alien fleet with precision fire. Missiles struck enemy warships, causing explosions that lit up the dark space. The Empire's ships were surprised. Their size and confidence were not enough against humans' clever tactics. Mina piloted one of the smaller ships, dodging asteroids while striking at a warship twice her size. "We can do this," she shouted over the communication line. "Keep pressing the attack." Jae-in coordinated attacks from the control center. "Focus on their command ship. It will create confusion if we hit it." The battle raged in space. Explosions illuminated the dark void as humans used their speed and cunning to strike repeatedly. The aliens were shocked by the resistance. Their arrogance had blinded them. Varric barked orders, but even his experienced officers struggled to respond to the unexpected tactics of the humans. Hours passed, and the battle continued. The human fleet took damage, but so did the Empire. Some of the massive warships were destroyed by precise strikes, and the humans realized that even against overwhelming odds, clever planning and bravery could turn the tide. Hyunwoo looked at the view screen, seeing smoke and debris scattered across space. He knew this was only the beginning, but it was proof that humans could fight back. As the first wave of attacks ended, both sides regrouped. The humans knew they could not defeat the entire fleet at once, but their actions had surprised the enemy and given Earth hope. Hyunwoo addressed his team. "We survived the first strike. This shows that humans are not weak. We will continue to fight, and we will protect our planet." On Earth, people watched the sky nervously, unaware of the battles happening above them. They only saw flashes of light and occasional explosions in the night sky. Hope began to grow among the humans, and the courage of the few inspired the many. In the distance, the Empire's warships repaired and readied for the next attack. Varric's pride had been wounded, and he underestimated humans. He would soon learn that Earth's defenders were clever, determined, and willing to fight for survival. Humanity had struck back, and the Galactic Empire would not forget the name of the planet that refused to bow. The human fleet, though battered and small, held strong in the darkness of space. Leaders like Hyunwoo, Mina, and Jae-in knew that the battle for Earth had only begun. But they also knew one thing with certainty: humans would not surrender. Their warships were ready, their minds were sharp, and their hearts were full of courage. The night sky over Earth was no longer peaceful, but it was alive with the determination of humanity to survive and fight back against the greatest threat they had ever faced. The human fleet moved silently through the asteroid belt, their warships blending with the rocks and debris. Admiral Hyunwoo stood on the bridge of the lead ship, watching the enemy fleet through the main viewport. He could see the massive shapes of the Galactic Empire's warships moving slowly, struggling to navigate the tight asteroid field. He turned to Commander Mina and said, "This is our chance. Keep the ships ready. We strike when they are distracted." Mina nodded, her hands steady on the controls. The fleet had been training for weeks, preparing for this moment. Even though the ships were small compared to the Empire's, their speed and agility gave them an advantage. Engineer Sukho moved quickly between the ships, checking the energy shields and the stealth systems. His assistant, Ji-won, monitored the cloaking devices. "All systems ready," Ji-won said. "They won't see us coming." Jae-in studied the enemy signals on the tactical screen. "Their communication is open," he said. "They are overconfident. They don't expect humans to use the asteroid field as cover." Hyunwoo smiled slightly. "Good. That means we can surprise them. Everyone follow the plan. Strike fast and retreat if necessary. We cannot afford heavy losses. As the Empire's fleet moved deeper into the asteroid belt, the humans prepared their first attack. Small strike ships detached from the main fleet, hiding behind large rocks and debris. They approached the enemy's outer warships quietly. Hyunwoo and Mina coordinated the attacks, giving commands to each ship in the fleet. Now, Hyunwoo said. The strike ships fired their missiles. The explosions lit up the darkness of space. The massive alien warships were caught off guard. Their shields absorbed some of the hits, but the rest of the missiles caused heavy damage. Several warships were knocked off course, colliding with asteroids. The Empire officers were shocked. They had never seen humans fight like this. Varric, the alien commander, roared in anger. What is this? Attack them. Destroy the human ships. His officers scrambled to follow orders, but the humans were quick and unpredictable. They used the asteroid field to dodge attacks, moving like shadows through the rocks. Even the largest warships struggled to keep up. On one human ship, pilot Sunwoo maneuvered through a narrow passage between two massive asteroids. He fired energy cannons at an enemy warship, hitting its engines. The ship spun out of control, colliding with a smaller asteroid and exploding. Direct hit, Sunwoo shouted over the comms. His co-pilot, Hyejin, smiled. We can do this, Sunwoo. We are making them pay for every move. Back on the command ship, Hyunwoo coordinated the next phase of the attack. Prepare the main fleet. Once the enemy is scattered, we strike their command ship. That is the key to this battle. Jae-in calculated the distances and suggested the best route. We can reach the command ship if we move quickly, but it will be heavily defended. Sukho added, our ships are ready. Shields at maximum, cannons loaded. The crew is prepared for anything. The human fleet moved in a coordinated pattern. Smaller ships drew the attention of the enemy side warships, firing and retreating. Larger ships moved toward the command ship, hidden behind the asteroids. The alien fleet was confused. Their formation broke, and some ships fired on each other by mistake. Varric banged his fist on the console. Stop them. They cannot reach our command ship. Mina guided her ship carefully. She saw the enemy command ship ahead, massive and heavily armored. Hyunwoo, we are in position, she said. Shall we strike? Hyunwoo nodded. Yes. Fire everything we have. Focus on the weak points. Missiles and energy beams shot toward the command ship. Explosions rocked its surface. Alien officers scrambled to respond, but the humans' attacks were precise. The command ship lost balance, tilting as small fires broke out across its hull. Varric could not believe what he was seeing. Impossible! Humans are not supposed to fight like this. Inside the command ship, Varric's officers tried to stabilize the engines and repair damage, but the humans were relentless. Hyunwoo and Mina continued to direct the fleet, striking and retreating, always staying hidden behind asteroids. Sunwoo and Hyejin led a smaller squadron, attacking weak points and drawing enemy fire away from the main ships. Meanwhile, on Earth, people noticed unusual flashes in the sky. Scientists and astronomers watched carefully, trying to understand what was happening. Most people did not know that a battle of immense scale was occurring above them. Even so, rumors of explosions in space began to spread, giving humans hope that the enemy was not invincible. Jae-in monitored the battle from the control center. Their command ship is weakening. If we continue, we can force them to retreat, he said. But we must act carefully. They may have hidden weapons. Hyunwoo agreed. We push forward but keep the fleet ready to retreat. We cannot risk losing our ships unnecessarily. The humans continued their assault, using hit-and-run tactics. Smaller ships darted between asteroids, striking the Empire's warships repeatedly. Every strike reduced the enemy's morale. The aliens had expected an easy victory, but now they faced the cleverness and courage of humans. Even Varric began to doubt the loyalty and skill of his officers. During a critical moment, Sukho noticed a hidden alien ship preparing a surprise attack. Hyunwoo, a hidden warship is preparing to fire on us. If it hits the fleet, we could be destroyed, Hyunwoo acted quickly. Mina, redirect your squadron to intercept. Sunwoo, take the side path and hit it from behind. We cannot let them destroy us. Mina's squadron moved swiftly, engaging the hidden enemy warship. Sunwoo and Hyjin fired precise energy beams from a concealed position, striking the ship's weak spots. The alien ship exploded, sending fragments flying through space. The fleet cheered over the comms, their morale soaring. Varric roared in frustration. They are clever. They fight like nothing we have ever seen. Increase the attack. Despite the enemy's larger size and power, the humans pressed on. They used strategy, courage, and quick thinking to stay ahead. Every success made the aliens more cautious and confused. The first wave of the battle had shown that humans could survive and strike back. As the asteroid belt battle came to a temporary pause, the human fleet regrouped. Hyunwoo addressed his team. We have done well today. The Empire has suffered, and our ships are ready for the next strike. Remember, this is only the beginning. We must stay alert, fight smart, and protect our planet. The fleet rested briefly in hidden positions, repairing minor damages and preparing for the next wave of attacks. On Earth, people continued to watch the skies, unaware of the true scale of the conflict, but some could sense a growing hope. Humanity had shown that they were not weak. Even against the might of the Galactic Empire, humans had the courage and intelligence to fight back. As the night continued, Hyunwoo looked out of the command ship's viewport. The stars were quiet, but the distant flashes of battle reminded him that the war was far from over. Mina stood beside him, her face showing determination and focus. We can win this, she said quietly. Hyunwoo nodded. Yes, we can. Humans have always survived against impossible odds. This battle is no different. We will protect Earth no matter the cost. The human fleet, small but brave, remained hidden among the asteroids, ready to strike again. The Galactic Empire, though powerful and numerous, had underestimated the resilience of humans. The first clash had proven one thing: humans could think, adapt, and fight back with courage. The coming days would test them even more, but they were ready to face whatever challenges awaited them in the vast darkness of space. The human fleet had regrouped after the first wave of attacks in the asteroid belt. Although they had caused heavy damage to the Galactic Empire's ships, they knew the battle was far from over. Admiral Hyunwoo studied the screens on the command ship, looking at the positions of both human and enemy ships. Commander Mina stood beside him, ready to act at a moment's notice. Engineer Sukho and his assistant G1 worked to repair minor damages and maintain the stealth systems, ensuring that every ship was ready for the next phase. The aliens were angry and confused. Supreme Commander Varric paced on the bridge of his massive command ship. Humans should not be able to fight like this, he said, frustration clear in his voice. His lieutenants tried to calm him. They are clever, Commander, but we have the numbers. We can still win. Varric shook his head. No, their tactics are unpredictable. They have caught us off guard. Prepare the second wave. They must not reach our main fleet. Hyunwoo knew that the Empire would soon counterattack. Mina, we need to plan the next strike carefully. We cannot waste ships. The aliens will be looking for us. Mina nodded, analyzing the fleet. We can use their overconfidence. They expect humans to hide. We can turn their strength against them. Jae-in studied the enemy's movements. If we split the fleet, we can lure part of the enemy away and strike at their weaker ships. Their command ship will be exposed if they respond incorrectly. Hyunwoo agreed. Then we split into 3 groups. The first group will attack the edges, drawing them out. The second will prepare for a hit on their command ship, and the third will act as backup and protect our retreat path. The fleet moved silently through the asteroid belt, hiding behind rocks and debris. Small scout ships flew ahead, searching for enemy positions. Pilot Sunwoo and his co-pilot Hyjin led one squadron, ready to strike. We have to be precise, Sunwoo said. One mistake and we lose everything. Hyjin nodded. We can do this. We must protect Earth. The first human squadron emerged suddenly from behind a cluster of asteroids, firing energy beams and missiles at the alien warships. The attacks were precise, targeting engines and weapon systems. The Empire ships were caught by surprise, and some collided with nearby asteroids. Explosions lit the darkness of space as debris floated around them. Varric growled in anger. "They are striking again. Focus your fire. Destroy the humans." But the humans were clever. Mina's squadron struck quickly and retreated, using the asteroids as cover. Hyunwoo directed the second squadron toward the command ship while the enemy was distracted. The humans moved carefully, avoiding detection and staying in the shadows. Engineer Sukho monitored the shields. "Cloaking systems are working perfectly. They won't see us until it is too late." G1 added, "All cannons are ready. The strike will be precise." As the second squadron approached the command ship, Jaein calculated the best attack points. "Hit the rear engines first. It will slow the ship and make it vulnerable to our main attack." Hyunwoo gave the signal. "Execute the plan. Fire when ready." Missiles and energy beams struck the command ship, causing explosions on its hull. The aliens scrambled to respond, but the humans had anticipated their moves. Smaller human ships darted in and out, striking weak points and retreating before the enemy could react. Sunwoo and Hyjin targeted the weapon systems, disabling several powerful cannons. The command ship trembled as fires spread across its surface. Varric's officers shouted orders, but confusion and panic had spread through the fleet. Some warships fired on each other by mistake, and the humans continued to exploit the chaos. Even the larger warships struggled to respond to the agile human fleet. On Earth, scientists and astronomers watched the battle unfold through advanced telescopes. Flashes of light and explosions could be seen in space, and news quickly spread among the people. For the first time, humans realized that they had a chance. Even against the overwhelming power of the Galactic Empire, courage and cleverness could make a difference. Hyunwoo observed the battle. "Keep pressing. They are vulnerable, but stay cautious. One misstep and we lose everything." Mina responded, guiding her squadron through narrow asteroid paths. "We can do this. Every strike counts. Every ship counts." Sunwoo's squadron launched a coordinated attack on one of the largest warships. Energy beams tore through the shields, and explosions ripped apart the hull. The crew cheered over the comms, knowing they had made a significant impact. Hyjin's voice came over the comms. "Direct hit on the engines. The ship is disabled." Meanwhile, Jaein coordinated the main strike against the command ship. "Now, hit the weak points. Fire everything." Missiles and beams struck in unison, causing massive explosions. The command ship rocked violently, fires burning across its hull. Varric slammed his fists on the console. "Impossible! Humans are not supposed to fight like this." Despite the success, the humans were cautious. Hyunwoo ordered a temporary retreat to regroup. "We have caused damage, but the battle is not over. Prepare for the next strike." Mina guided the fleet back behind the asteroids, repairing minor damages and preparing for the next wave. Sukho and G1 worked tirelessly to maintain the cloaking systems and shields. "We can keep going," G1 said. "The fleet is ready." Hyunwoo addressed the fleet over the comms. "We have shown the Empire that humans are not weak. We will continue to fight and protect our planet. Every ship, every crew member matters. Together we can survive and strike back." Varric, frustrated and angry, ordered a full attack on the humans. "Destroy them. They cannot escape. Crush them." But the humans were ready. They had learned the enemy's patterns and weaknesses. The second clash had shown that even the mightiest fleet could be outsmarted by clever tactics, determination, and courage. Humans were small, but they were brave and intelligent, and they had proved that the Galactic Empire could not underestimate them. As the night continued, the human fleet remained hidden, ready for another attack. On Earth, people looked up at the sky with hope. For the first time, they saw that humans could fight back, that Earth had protectors in the darkness of space. The war was far from over, but the humans had gained confidence. They had struck back and they had survived. The Galactic Empire would not forget the courage and cleverness of Earth's defenders. The human fleet had survived the first clashes and proved that clever tactics and courage could challenge the Galactic Empire. Admiral Hyunwoo gathered the leaders of the fleet in the main control room. Commander Mina, Engineer Sukho, and Scientist Jae-in stood around the holographic map of the galaxy. Hyunwoo studied the positions of the enemy fleet carefully. "They are regrouping," he said. "Their command ship is damaged, but they will strike back with more ships. We need a plan that can make them retreat." Mina looked at the map. "We can use the asteroid clusters again. This time we can lure a large part of their fleet into a trap and strike their weaker warships. It will force them to divide their forces." Jae-in nodded. "And we can set up decoy ships. They will chase the decoys, leaving the command ship exposed. We can then hit it directly with our main fleet." Sukho checked the energy shields of all the ships. "The fleet is ready. All cloaking systems and cannons are functioning. Our ships can move quickly and strike with precision." Hyunwoo smiled slightly. "Good. We do not have the numbers, but we have brains and courage. That is enough to make the Empire nervous." The human fleet moved into position, hiding behind asteroids and moving in silence. Small decoy ships moved ahead, making noises and appearing on enemy sensors as if they were the main fleet. Varric, observing from his command ship, noticed the movement. "They are retreating," he said. "Attack the decoys. They cannot hide forever." The Empire's ships moved aggressively toward the decoys. They fired energy beams and missiles, but the decoys moved swiftly, leading them deeper into the asteroid clusters. Hyunwoo signaled the main fleet to move quietly, staying hidden behind large rocks and using stealth systems. Sunwoo and Haijin led a squadron of fast strike ships. They moved through narrow passages in the asteroid belt, avoiding enemy fire and positioning themselves for a surprise attack. "Keep steady," Haijin said. "The command ship will be within our range soon." The humans waited for the right moment. When the enemy fleet was drawn deep into the asteroid belt, the main fleet struck. Energy beams and missiles hit multiple warships at once. The explosions were massive, and the Empire's fleet was thrown into chaos. Some ships collided with asteroids, while others fired at each other by mistake. Confusion spread quickly. Varric shouted orders, but the humans had anticipated every move. "Concentrate fire on the decoys. Destroy them all," he yelled, but the decoys were already far ahead, leading the main fleet into the trap. Hyunwoo gave the signal for the main strike. "Now, attack the command ship while they are distracted." The human fleet moved swiftly, targeting the weakened command ship. Missiles struck the engines, and energy beams tore through the shields. The command ship rocked violently as fire spread across its hull. Varric could not believe his eyes. "Impossible! They are striking again." Mina piloted her ship through a narrow passage, avoiding debris and enemy fire. "We are in position, preparing the final strike," she said. Her squadron joined the attack, hitting the command ship's weapon systems. Explosions rocked the ship, and alarms blared inside. Sunwoo's squadron moved behind the command ship, striking weak points. "We can do this," he shouted. Haijin nodded, firing energy beams that disabled the remaining shields. The command ship slowed, struggling to maneuver. The humans had achieved a critical advantage. On Earth, scientists and military leaders watched the battle unfold through telescopes and satellites. Flashes of light and explosions were visible even from the surface. People began to realize that the humans in space were not just fighting. They were winning against the seemingly unstoppable Galactic Empire. Jae-in calculated the timing for the next wave. "If we strike now, we can force the command ship to retreat. The rest of the fleet will follow." Hyunwoo nodded. "Prepare all ships. This is our chance to make the Empire hesitate. If we push them back, it will give Earth time to strengthen defenses." The human fleet launched a coordinated attack. Missiles, energy beams, and tactical strikes hit the command ship and surrounding warships. The Empire's fleet was overwhelmed by the precision and speed of the human attacks. Ships were destroyed, engines damaged, and weapons disabled. Confusion spread among Varric's officers, and communication broke down. Varric banged his fist on the console. They are too clever. How can such small ships cause this much damage? Mina's squadron continued to strike from hidden positions, moving between asteroids to stay protected. Sunwoo and Hygiene targeted the engines of a massive warship, slowing it down. Explosions rocked the ship, forcing it to retreat. Hyunwoo addressed the fleet over the comms. We have done well. Continue pressing the attack, but stay alert. The enemy may still have surprises. The humans kept striking, using their intelligence and courage to outmaneuver the larger and more powerful enemy fleet. Every success boosted morale, and every explosion reminded them that even the Galactic Empire could be defeated with clever strategy. Varric, furious and frustrated, realized that his fleet could not continue the fight without suffering massive losses. "Retreat!" he shouted. "Fall back and repair. We will return stronger." The Empire's fleet began to withdraw, leaving behind damaged warships and debris floating in space. The humans had won a major victory. Hyunwoo, Mina, and the fleet celebrated quietly, knowing that their courage and planning had saved Earth from immediate destruction. On Earth, people watched the night sky, unaware of the full battle that had just taken place. They saw flashes of light and explosions and felt hope for the first time. Humanity had survived against a superior force. The courage, intelligence, and determination of a few brave humans had turned the tide. Hyunwoo looked out of the command ship's viewport at the retreating enemy fleet. "We have shown them that humans are not weak," he said. "Earth is ours to protect, and we will continue to defend it." Mina nodded. "They underestimated us. We have proven that brains and courage can overcome even the greatest odds." The human fleet regrouped, repairing minor damages and preparing for the future. They knew the war was not over, but the victory had given them confidence. Earth was safe for now, and humans had shown the galaxy that they could fight, survive, and strike back against impossible odds. The night sky over Earth was quiet, but far above, the human fleet remained alert. The battle against the Galactic Empire had tested every skill, every plan, and every ounce of courage. Admiral Hyunwoo stood on the bridge of the command ship, looking at the stars. Commander Mina, Engineer Sukho, and Scientist Jae-in were nearby, monitoring the fleet and repairing minor damages. The enemy had retreated for now, but they would return. Humanity needed to be ready. Hyunwoo addressed the crew. "We have survived the attacks, and we have shown the Empire that humans are not weak. Our next step is to strengthen Earth's defenses and prepare for the future. We cannot allow them to return unchallenged." Mina nodded, her face determined. "We have learned their tactics. We know their strengths and weaknesses. Next time, we will be ready to strike harder and smarter." Sukho and Ji-won worked tirelessly to repair the ships and upgrade the energy shields. "Our fleet is ready for the next battle," Ji-won said. "We have used what we learned from the first clashes to improve every system." On Earth, scientists and engineers were building new defenses and studying alien technology left behind after the retreat. The attacks had given humans valuable information. Jae-in analyzed data from the enemy warships. "We can reverse engineer some of their technology," he explained. "It will take time, but it will give us an advantage if they return." Hyunwoo smiled. "Good. Every piece of knowledge we gain strengthens our position. Humans have survived before, and we will survive again." Meanwhile, Varric and the Galactic Empire regrouped in a distant part of the galaxy. The commander was furious. "Humans are clever, stronger than expected, and unpredictable," he said. His lieutenants listened in silence. "We underestimated them, but we will not fail. Prepare for a larger fleet. Next time, Earth will not escape." Back in space near Earth, the human fleet continued to patrol. Sunwoo and Hygiene led a squadron, scanning the galaxy for any signs of returning warships. They moved swiftly through the darkness, ready to engage if necessary. "We cannot let them surprise us again," Hygiene said. Sunwoo nodded. "We will be ready. Earth is safe and we will protect it." The fleet worked together, practicing maneuvers, improving coordination, and maintaining high alert. Even though the Empire had retreated, the humans knew this was only a temporary victory. They needed to stay strong and united. Every crew member, every pilot, and every engineer understood the stakes. Hyunwoo gathered the fleet leaders for a final briefing. We have proven our courage and our intelligence. The Galactic Empire may return, but humans have the advantage of strategy, adaptability, and determination. We will continue to defend Earth and ensure that no alien force can conquer our planet. Mina added, "We have learned from every battle. We will use that knowledge to prepare for the next attack. Our fleet may be smaller, but we are smarter and braver. That is what makes us strong." Soko showed a report of completed upgrades. All ships are ready. Shields at maximum, weapons calibrated, and cloaking systems operational. The fleet is prepared to strike back at any moment. Jayan smiled. With these improvements, we can anticipate enemy movements and respond faster. Humans have the edge when it comes to thinking ahead. The human fleet remained in space, a silent guardian over Earth. The planet below was still and peaceful, but everyone knew that the war could continue at any moment. Citizens slept under the stars, unaware of the sacrifices and courage above them. The human leaders reflected on what had been accomplished and what lay ahead. Days passed as the fleet maintained patrols, and the humans repaired ships and improved their defenses. The victories had brought hope and unity to the planet. Governments and citizens alike realized that humans were not alone in facing threats from the stars. Courage, intelligence, and teamwork had proven that even against a larger and stronger force, humans could survive and fight back. One evening, as Hyunwoo and Mina observed the galaxy, Sunwoo approached. "We have received signals from distant satellites," he said. "Nothing yet, but it may indicate the Empire is preparing again." Hyunwoo nodded. "Then we continue to be vigilant. The next battle may come, but we are ready. Humans have learned, adapted, and survived. That is our greatest weapon." The night passed, and the human fleet remained alert. Each ship patrolled its sector, scanning for enemy movements. Pilots trained, engineers repaired, and scientists studied alien technology. Earth was safe for now, but humanity had proven that it would not bow to any threat. Mina looked at the stars and smiled. "We have shown them that humans are not weak. We have protected Earth, and we will continue to do so." Hyunwoo placed a hand on her shoulder. "Yes, and we will continue to defend our planet and our people. Humans are resilient, courageous, and clever. That is why we will survive." As the fleet continued its patrol, the Galactic Empire remained in the distant galaxy, preparing for the future, unaware that humans had grown stronger, smarter, and more determined. Earth had survived the first wave of attacks, and its defenders had proven that they could fight, survive, and strike back with courage and intelligence. The night sky was peaceful, but the humans knew that vigilance and unity were the keys to survival. The human fleet, though small in number, symbolized hope, bravery, and determination. The galaxy would remember that humans were not to be underestimated. They had faced impossible odds and had not only survived but had shown that they could fight back. Earth's defenders looked to the stars, ready for the challenges to come, and confident that humanity would continue to protect its home, no matter the dangers that awaited.